Call the meeting to order. Today is September 13th, 2017. This is the Waukesha Board of Education for the School District of Waukesha. We have a public hearing this evening to discuss our 2017-2018 budget, or to hear from the public on that. Will you please take the roll call? Sue.
William Baumgart.
Here.
Barbara Brezink.
Here.
Greg Dietz.
Here.
Amanda Roddy.
Here.
Patricia Madden.
Here.
Patrick McCaffrey.
Here.
Kurt O'Brien.
Here.
Karen Reinacek. Joseph Como.
Here. Has the meeting been properly posted, Sue?
Yes, it has.
Okay, thank you. The district's annual budget development process began in November of 2016 and will continue until late October, when the Board of Education takes action on the final budget and tax levy. The purpose of the public hearing tonight is to provide an opportunity for members of our school community to provide input on the development of the 2017-2018 district budget. The preliminary budget has been made available to the public for review on the district's website, published in the Waukesha Freeman, with copies also available in the district business office located at the Lindholm Administrative Building at 222 Maple Avenue. To briefly provide some budget details, total expenditures for the general and special education funds increased by $255,659, or less than 0.1% from last year's budget, to a total of $1,171,113,889. Final equalization aid and tax rate cannot be calculated until the end of October, when the third Friday September pupil count is conducted. Equalized property values are set by the state of Wisconsin on October 1st. The state of Wisconsin's budget is adopted, and the amount of equalization aid and voucher program participation levels are certified by the Department of Public Instruction, which will occur on October 15th. In lieu of these certified numbers, a set of assumptions that are based on the best available information are used to allow the budget process to move forward and for a preliminary budget to be developed. The following assumptions have been made to determine a preliminary budget, tax levy, and tax rate. First, a district revenue limit authority is based on a loss of 96 residential students. The loss of 2.02%, or roughly $1 million in equalization aid from the previous year, and a 1.5% increase in equalized property valuation. So these numbers will get more exact over the next month or so. Based on these assumptions, a 0.04% decrease in tax levy and a 13-cent decrease in tax rate, from $8.66 to $8.53 per $1,000 of equalized property valuation, is anticipated at this time. The public hearing this evening is an opportunity for members of our community, school community, to share their thoughts and provide input on the budget that has been presented. As mentioned earlier, the final budget will be approved and adopted at a future meeting in October. Though tonight is the public's formal opportunity to provide input, I want to invite all members of our school community to reach out to Darren Clark, our Chief Financial Officer, at any time during the remaining part of this budget process to share their thoughts and insights. At this time, the board will receive comments from those wishing to speak on budget issues this evening. We do allow for a 3-minute time period for that. We expect that the audience will be respectful of the speaker, and the Board of Education refrain from responding with verbal comments, cheering, applause, and other behavior that will detract from the meeting. And that we'd also like to have cell phones turned off at this time. But I see no one in the audience, so I'm assuming, Sue, we don't have anyone signed up.
No one is signed up.
And I went through that last part in case someone just kind of ran in real quickly here. So I guess I'll ask if there are any comments that the board would like to share with the public at this time. Mr. O'Brien?
Are we sure you don't have any board members that want to be citizens and present for 3 minutes?
Well, they could do that. They could absolutely
We
do
could
that.
say something in less than 3 minutes.
Naughty.
Just a quick question for the administration. I really haven't been following the budget issues. Has the school budget funding more or less been settled?
The joint finance approved their budget with the governor's proposal, which is 200 and 205 respectively per pupil over the next, the biennial. So that's what we were hoping for. That's probably been one of the better funding scenarios we've seen in the last 5 to 6 years. So, you can always use a few more dollars, but at least we're in a good spot with this. And I'm assuming that given the fact that the joint finance approved, that the two Senate and Assembly will approve that, and then you would think the governor wouldn't veto it out because it's his proposal. So we're pretty confident that that's what we'll say.
Mr. O'Brien?
Another thing is that when we were talking to the Achieve last night, apparently the cash coming in for something like Achieve is better. I don't know if that's been the norm,
Well,
or is that an improvement, or?
Yeah, what they're talking about is we used to get our aid, I think, September, January, at kind of weird times during the year. And for many districts, that meant they had to go out and borrow more for cash flow. And my understanding is they're going to try to do it from throughout September through end of the fiscal year, so it's paid out evenly each month. I don't know how much of a benefit that will really be for a district like us who doesn't really need to do short-term borrowing, but for a lot of districts, it'll be helpful.
Would anybody else like to comment at this time? Will we be putting out a press release, Todd, on these numbers right now, just so
I
get
wouldn't,
that accurately, or
I wouldn't until we know what the
final ones are?
fight state budget's really gonna be.
Okay. All right, fair enough. Any other comments? Thank you for those comments. We stand adjourned.